The world is full of kings and queens. I am the bleach blonde with star-spangled eyes that was chosen to come to war in this last decade. Because on the street, they know my name. In the gutters of New York City, in North Carolina, in Florida, throughout the world, the winos know my name. And now the assassins will know my name. And Paul Jones, because the star-spangled eyes that glitter in the night is now prepared with my brother for war and making it street
We
legal.
are Wrestling with We, the podcast.
Ooh, hell yeah. Welcome back to the best wrestling podcast in the world, boy. Wrestling with We. Back with Broski.
Hey!
Found him in the motherfucking streets. Fucking finally caught up with him again. But yeah, it's me, Luciano Baines, my boy Broski. We're back here for another episode. Let's see what's
Countdown's
first.
getting closer, right? How
Hell
many days now?
We got like, I
1,
say
2, 3,
10 days.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 days. That ninth day's Friday?
Yeah,
So 8 days.
pretty much.
8 days till we're in Wrestlemania and at that block party to see Haley J. Hollywood Haley J.
Al Snow,
Ooh, Al Snow.
the franchise,
OVW. Maybe
Sabu
from OVW.
Blumini.
What if my boy's there from OVW? That dude with that long hair.
Ooh, what's his name?
I
The
forgot
Chop. What's his name?
forgot
Oh,
his fucking
man.
name.
Hold on, I got you right here.
He's gonna look him up, but shout out to my boy. I wanted to meet him if anybody.
I'm trying to
I
think
know
of
my boy.
it. Trying to think of it before I find it.
Ooh, you know what time it is? Spark it up, boys. We're smoking on another great.
What we got today?
fucking- Another Golden State Exotic special, and this one is. What is this? Blueberry Muffin. We'll see how that one goes. Blueberry Muffin Exotic.
Cash flow, baby.
Flow, baby. That's my boy right there.
Gotta put his picture up, give him a little shout
Oh
out.
yeah, Cash Flow. Shout out to Cash Flow. If we see you out there, maybe you're at that block party of that. What is that? SVW Suplex Vintage Wrestling.
Suplex is the name of the store in
Yeah,
Philadelphia that we're gonna go
SVW.
to.
Shout out to SVW. Hopefully they, let me post a sticker up there. If anybody's at WrestleMania, we're gonna have the Wrestling with Weed stickers. Boom, giving them out to everybody. But yeah, like first order of business.
Hold up, I got it right here.
SVW, no?
Battleground Championship Wrestling.
Oh, the Black Party?
Extreme. That's the name of the promotion of the show that we're going to. They're hosting the Black Party.
Oh, for real? They're hosting it?
Yeah,
They said there's gonna be some wrestling matches there.
I'm
There's
sure
gonna be a
they're
ring
gonna
there.
have people with tables. You know, I'm sure going out there looking for an autograph.
I'm gonna get some wrestler to shout us out to do our intro. So shout out any wrestler listening to my shit right here. Well, I'll hook you up, baby. All right, first order of business right now.
It's the pass that blunt.
All right, first order of business is Rock's as a heel right now, good or bad? My thought is after last night's, what was it, last night? Yeah, right? Monday Night Raw, this is probably the best heel Rock we've seen. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't see no other heel Rock that's on the same level. Hollywood Rock, whatever Rock they had, I don't see none of them on the same level as The
Well,
Rock right now.
I'll get to the point of whether or not this is the best version of The Rock. But before I forget, I mean, is this good for the business that we have to have Rock come in and sell the pay-per-view when your champion is just out missing and only coming in once a month? And
I feel like this. Maybe it wouldn't be good if you're trying to promote a regular pay-per-view. But if you're gonna try to promote WrestleMania in general, you gotta pull out all the stops. It doesn't matter if every year they do this, not The Rock, but just every year they try to bring in an old whatever the hell star. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it because I'd rather have that than bringing in these stupid ass celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I bring one of our own in from back in the days? You know?
You mean you don't want to see Snooki in another match? Or?
It's bad enough we got my boy Paul, whatever the hell his name is. What is his name?
Jake Logan Paul.
Ooh, I would.
You know what? Gotta give him some kind of props, though. I mean, at least he does it in the ring. He's not no Drew Carey, you know. Yeah. But I do.
Side note: his brother's gonna get knocked out by Mike Tyson in July.
That's fucked up. Mike Tyson's walking around in a cane right now.
Nah, that's a lie. That's a lie. I see him, but that's not wrestling. So what about The Rock? Is he a good heel or a bad heel?
I think you're right. This is the best version of the Rock, the heel Rock that we've had. He's definitely embracing the heel part of it more. Whereas before, like we mentioned, it was more goofy, kind of silliness when he was the heel. But now he's kind of strictly like fucking final boss, badass motherfucker kind of thing.
If you guys go back to our other podcast, I have one of them saying that I called it, that they were going to leave my boy Cody Rhodes bloody. And since they really don't use blood like this in WWE right now anymore at all, I never seen nobody bleed unless it's on accident. But they use that blood, and I feel like I'm calling it now. Stone Cold's coming out. Stone Cold's coming out at WrestleMania.
Well, remember, if you go back to our first episodes, I was always saying Stone Cold and Punk. I always felt Stone Cold is going to be there. So I hope he's there. Even though Punk.
I hope we see a lot of old stars come back because it's WrestleMania 40.
It's 40, man. I feel like that's not getting emphasized enough. I feel like this is going to be a dope WrestleMania. Just as like this would have been a dope ass WrestleMania 38.
Just because
okay. But like. I feel like it being 40, it should have a little bit more pizzazz.
40 itself is going to be great. Imagine what they're going to add to it. You know what I'm saying? You look at all that smoke out. You need to inhale that shit, dog. But yeah. The Rock, our grade, he's awesome right now as heel. Doing great promos, making me want to watch. We give him A plus of anything.
And how do you think it's going to happen at WrestleMania? You mentioned like
Cody Rhodes, and they're going to do that tag team match night one, which I feel like Seth Rollins is going to walk out on him.
Ooh, okay.
You know, and then Cody Rhodes is just going to get beat up, bloody again. He's telling Mama Rhodes, "Look at your son's bleeding," and give him that belt. And then what you're going to hear? You're going to hear that glass break.
Does Mama Rhodes make an appearance?
I think so. I think she's going to be front row. You know what I'm saying? It's. I would more enjoy.
Rock pulls her in the ring, and then that glass breaks.
I'm thinking that 9 out of 10 it might be Cena to come help him.
I'm hoping for both. We saw on Monday Night Raw at the segment where Rock was beating Cody backstage by his tour bus in the rain. Conveniently located right in all of the shots, the camera shots, as a truck with two faces on there, John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin. They say that WWE doesn't do anything by accident. They could have used any one of their other trucks that have any other 10 wrestlers on there, current wrestlers at the time.
But why are they still driving around with a truck with John Cena and Stone Cold on it? Come on now. Like, what the hell?
Exactly. And right now, they got all those WrestleMania trucks promoting it. They're all green with the logo, and they have all the current guys on there. So it's fishy.
The second question I'm going to tell you right now is, why was the Rock's tequila on the back of Cody Rhodes' bus?
That's the final boss right there. He knew the shots.
When his enemy got his tequila on the back of his bus? Like, what the hell? So, WWE paid for that bus for Cody.
That's contract stuff. They don't. Cody Rhodes ain't signing a contract WWE to fly.
I'm pretty sure Cody had his own bus in AEW. Mm-hmm. So I remember it was like a white bus he used to come out of. But that bus right there is at least $200,000.
That bus treatment started with John Cena a while back. John Cena was the first one to get his own tour bus.
Let me tell you something. They didn't start with John Cena, dog. You know who it started with?
Who?
Lex Luger, boy.
The Lex Express.
Yo.
Holy cow! Oh my God! Speaking, just because.
Holy cow!
Just because you brought it up, and it goes perfect with our show. Right now, I'm gonna send you the clip. You're gonna input it right here into the show. There's that music video WWE put out with Lex Luger, and it's just like, I need a hero. And then it was just like
that's where they're trying to make him the next Hogan.
Yeah, dude, they showed him with kids all across the country, red, white, and blue.
See babies?
Fucking.
I remember he had that jacket or that.
Babies of all colors. You know, Lex was squirming.
Yo. Like, why would they put all that money into Lex when he didn't do good in AEW or NWA or wherever the hell else?
Well, to be fair, he was champion in NWA.
But at the low point, he had that belt. He had the Big Gold belt. I remember that. He beat Ric Flair.
Remember that match where he walked out on Bruiser Brody?
Bruiser Brody. He got one hit for Bruiser Brody and he jumped out of the ring and ran. That's how much of a pussy he was. Remember what I tell you last fucking podcast? Fuck Lex Luger. If I see him this weekend or next weekend, I'm gonna say fuck Lex Luger.
Yeah,
he's in a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah, he turned his life around. He's in a wheelchair. He's a good guy right now, but you'll always remember him as the guy that killed Miss Elizabeth.
Well, not killed, but enabled Miss Elizabeth.
Nah, that's not what you said.
We're not gonna say he killed her, but we're gonna say he enabled her.
Hey, I'm sending you this shit. You gotta throw a little clip of it in there.
What is it?
It's that Lex Luger video with the fucking goofy.
I thought it was just the babies.
Yeah.
All right, move on to the next one now. Is Samoa Joe world champion material? Like, has AEW progressed with him as champion, or they just stood the same fucking level? And I feel, honestly, I love Samoa Joe. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like they have him come out with a suit on, which is pretty good because that's the way a champion should come out. And then they give him, to me, in my eyes, a shitty-ass version of the AEW World Belt. Because the belt that Kenny Omega had when he was a belt collector, why did that belt look 10 times better than anybody else's belt? I remember I used to see that belt, and I even went back and looked, and that shit used to glitter, sprinkle, like, man, that shit was bigger. Sparkle. It looked bigger, it looked thicker.
You're right. It does look like one of those belts you buy off of AEWshop.com or something like that, like a replica.
I don't think they got AEW shop, but
Shop AEW. That's what it is. It's Shop AEW.
So yeah, like, what do you think about that? Is he championship?
Well, belt look. The looks of the belt aside, this is gonna sound like I'm just talking shit here, but Samoa Joe's run as the AEW champion, I've watched AEW the least amount of time during his run. That you could say it's not his fault. You can say no. When MJF was champion, I was watching it a lot more than it is now. Because Punk was there, they weren't completely. They still had some hope left. I feel like once they fired Punk and they let him go, that just kind of read the writing on the wall. Like, okay, this is like a friends league.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad product.
No. Here's the thing. I would disagree. They have a great roster, a tremendous roster loaded with talent. They don't have any storytelling. They just throw good matches after good matches, and eventually you get numb to it. You just expect a 5-star match every time, and eventually you don't get excited for a 5-star match.
If it is a 5-star match, you're like,
because you've seen it last week. It's like, and why am I supposed to
Why does Daniel Bryan keep wrestling on regular fucking Dynamites and regular?
They're trying to get the ratings up.
But at the same time, use some of your young stars to get those ratings. I know nobody likes Daniel Bryan. Nobody not likes Daniel Bryan, but like Daniel Bryan is the main draw, so the young stars might not like draw ratings like that. But you got to start somewhere, bro.
My boy Leo wants to see more Jungle Boy on TV.
Hey, Jungle Boy you think he's fucked?
So yeah, you saw the stories, right? Like eventually Tony was pissed about what happened.
He hasn't even contacted him.
No, but he's still under contract. So
think about when Tony's like, man, fuck this guy. He made us lose Punk because the EVPs are standing with him, basically, right? The EVPs are standing with Jungle Boy. But then when you see Punk go to WWE, and WWE is fucking... Let me tell you something, right? WrestleMania wouldn't be WrestleMania right now if it wasn't for Punk coming back to WWE.
He's not even on the show.
I know he's not on the show. But
and I'm a Punk fan.
No, listen to me. That just shows you, because we were talking about going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, before even he was there.
But we were like, we talked about it last year too, and we didn't go. You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about it, but we weren't like, oh man, we're going to go. Now we're guaranteed going to go. But as soon as Punk showed up in WWE, we're like, bro, we got to be at WrestleMania. And we're just 2 fans. So imagine the million other fans that were like, bro, we got to go to WWE. We got to go to WrestleMania because Punk's there. So they caught us with that. Punk got hurt, whatever. But they picked us right back up with this Rock storyline and how he's treated. We don't know which way they're going. Stone Cold might show up. Stone Cold. Right now, to me, WrestleMania is the hottest it has been in years. Because every year,
wrestling or WWE?
No, just WrestleMania itself. Like every year they have a WrestleMania, but you don't see the. I guess I feel like it's more exciting now than it has been in a lot of years. I'm excited to watch WrestleMania. Every year, of course, we're gonna watch WrestleMania regardless because we watch WrestleMania. But there hasn't been a WrestleMania, say, in the past 10 years where I was like, damn, this storyline. I wanna watch this because of this storyline. I wanna see what's gonna happen with Roman Reigns and The Rock and Cody Rhodes. Like, I wanna see what's gonna happen, and I would wanna see what was gonna happen if it was just Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a lot more exciting this year, maybe because it's 40 and they're pulling out all the stops. You know what I'm saying? And all the other WrestleManias are just going through the motion, but. Then they got the 6-man tag team ladder match, and they didn't announce 2 teams.
Think there's another Hardy return?
I don't know. I hope if it is, that's it ended. You know what I'm saying? Because I love Matt Hardy, but he could be like, I would enjoy him to be a manager on WWE television, but you just got to get him to manage the right people. You know what I'm saying? You can't just look at fucking Freebird. He was their manager in the beginning of the Hardy Boys. You know what I'm saying? Man. He came out dressed to the same
full circle. No, I'm just picturing fucking how Matt Hardy kind of resembles Michael.
Oh, when he was walking in Michael, he's got that walk
cane. He came out with yo, that tight ass shirt. Oh shit! But no, to summarize the original question, Samoa Joe as AEW champion. Like I said, I watched at least amount of time during his reign. That could have been because of the product. We talked about how. I feel like honestly, it's not the roster, it's the storylines, it's the storytelling. You got to build up to something. That Edge and Christian match that should have been like a pay-per-view. They threw it on a Dynamite 2 weeks later.
That was terrible.
You could have made a program out of it.
Yeah, you could have had a couple of months with. I mean, they're still going with it now,
yeah.
But they could have made it a whole lot better. But I guess they're just trying to get the ratings. You know what I mean? So hey, fuck it. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But so I feel like they gave it away free.
So maybe it's not Samoa Joe's fault, but yeah, he's not doing it for me as the world champion. He's not, in my opinion, he's not bringing eyeballs to the product.
It's just he's just not. I don't know. I felt like the reason why his title reign seems kind of like is because we knew right away he was gonna beat MJF.
People are saying MJF is going to show up at WrestleMania.
Bro, I hate when I see that stupid shit. Motherfucker signed with AEW, ain't going nowhere. You think WWF wants him? I don't think so.
I think so. You know who wants him? His best friend, Cody, over there.
Cody, man, I don't know. To me, I'm probably wrong. I don't know shit. But he is not a WWE superstar. Right?
Cody?
No.
MJF.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like him at all.
To me, I don't know. To me, he is exactly what WWE. He seemed like a WWF wrestler in AEW. He just seemed like out of place.
Oh, you're crazy.
He's a sports entertainer. That's what it was.
Yeah, I guess because he's a good heel, whatever. But like,
even when he's trying to be a fucking babyface,
he's a Miz at best. Shit. He's a Miz at best. Remember, and they got a Miz.
Throw that Punk clip in.
Yo.
He's yeah. What did he say?
I forgot something about saying Miz.
Bootleg Miz or something like that.
Miz or whatever the fuck. Dollar Tree Miz.
We were there for that one too. Yo. We were talking about how we were at AEW in its glory run. We were at all the stuff.
We were watching these highlights, and I was like, "Damn, we were there for that." You know what I'm saying? Like,
AEW always did their main stuff in Chicago, so
we're always there. All right, let's move on to the next. So Samoa Joe title reign kind of lackluster. All right, now we were just talking about it. Is Edge and Christian's feud underrated? Because I feel like they're doing the best work they've done in their careers right now against each other.
Christian's been doing the best work in his whole career, period, bar none.
And giving a little bit of shine to my boy Edge.
I told you I was doing a
pretty good.
WrestleMania like watch along, and it's so funny to see Christian evolve from
It
the
is.
Marty Jannetty of Edge and Christian to
Now the main one.
he tried to branch off by his own. He was in the
He was the world
Intercontinental. He was in
champ.
the Intercontinental
He
run.
was the AEW World Champ.
But then finally when he went to TNA and he got the world title run there, and now look at him. He could be running for the world championship.
I think he should
AEW.
be. I think he should. Imagine if he became champ over Samoa Joe. I think he'll raise the
He's a
ratings.
good heel champion.
Hell yeah. And win it a crazy way. Like, hey, we could meet Nick Gage. Matter of fact, remember I told you? Not Nick Gage. Yeah, we did. Shout out Nick Gage. He was cool as fuck. Put a picture up. Y'all don't know who Nick Gage is. Y'all don't know where y'all been. But,
MDK.
well, what's my boy Nick what? Nick Wayne? He's going to, remember I told you that they were going to have a match on that block party? He's going to wrestle in one of those matches. So maybe we get to
Nick Wayne?
hit. Yeah, Nick Wayne, you know?
Yeah,
And then, okay, so
Nick
Whatever.
Ospreay.
Nick. So what do you think about the feud? Is it underrated right now? I feel like it's underrated because not a lot of people watch AEW. You can actually see, like, man, a lot of motherfuckers don't watch AEW. But if that feud was on WWE and they were doing the same shit, I bet you it would be the most talked about feud there is anywhere.
I agree with you on there.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny, but we know that that's the reason why they're in AEW, because they couldn't do this in WWE.
You know? And they should be doing it. Why the hell should they not have their feud where they come from? They're at home. You know what I mean? Like this, they had a great feud. You know what I'm saying? I guess for Christian, everything just felt like dominoes for him.
Maybe here's a reason why too. Christian, to the WWE fan, Christian is only at this level. To a real wrestling fan that's more than WWE, we know Christian as world championship material.
Him as this heel can be bigger in WWE.
Look at all the shit that he got away with that we know, like in WWE. Talk bringing up dead dads and swearing, cussing moms out.
If this Christian was in the Attitude Era, he would be awesome. And what do you think about WWE? Do you think that they're pushing the envelope a little more when they go to Netflix?
Absolutely.
So the I guess baby Attitude Era that's happening right now with The Rock, is that just for his storyline, or did that go for everybody on the fucking?
Well, you saw. Did you listen?
I heard something about the Punk? That they told some of the. I don't know about Punk. Say it.
Punk was doing his promo on Raw, and when he brought up the line like, you know, my arm's banged up, but my mouth still works. Like he smirked a little bit, and he was like, "To ask April, she'll tell you." Like something like that.
Like sexual?
Yeah. And then his comment was, "Oh, sorry, we're not on Netflix yet."
Ooh.
So I'm thinking like they're gonna get a lot more free reign on Netflix.
That's awesome. Go back to we'll call it the baby Attitude Era. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's up next. Right now we're watching WrestleMania 21. You said?
Yeah.
And
Triple H versus Batista for the
Triple H is leaking. Somebody's leaking. I don't know who it is. Triple H always leaking back then, right?
Triple H got that WrestleMania 10.
Yup.
Fucking
orange body, white legs. He got both his what does he always pull his
and
quads?
And he's
the hell up.
And you know why you can tell he's tan? Because the dude is Paul Levesque. He's white as hell.
Remember when he was a Greenwich snob? He was white as fuck. Here. Alright, so next thing up, Sky Blue and Willow had a hardcore match, like a tag team hardcore match, and Sky Blue put the tags out. You know, everybody's trying to do that. Everybody always tries to do that Mick Foley gimmick and get a pop for it.
It's worse because now you could tell that there's a couple real ones in there you could see, but you can tell most of them are fake.
I'm pretty sure the girls were using the fake ones.
So you can see some stick.
The only ones that weren't were the ones that Thunder Rosa and DMD used. Remember they were all stuck to her back?
You could tell when they're sticking. Yeah. And a couple stick, but when they fall on it, there's like a whole bed. So they should be like, we've seen Mick Foley. We've seen a whole, like he looked like he was rhinestoned out after.
Matter of fact, we're gonna do a smoke along later, and I'm gonna show you. We're gonna do some King of the Deathmatch shit, and it looks pretty crazy. Shout out Bam Bam Gordy, R.I.P. He was a beast. The Freebirds. If y'all don't know, he was one of those guys that were wrestling the Von Erichs and the Iron Claw. Freebirds. He was one of them guys.
Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, and Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
If he was still alive right now, you know what I mean, he would have been at that premiere. You know what I mean? Getting
Oh,
more
yeah,
money, you
for
know
sure.
what I'm saying? So, what do you think? You didn't get to see the hardcore match, right?
No, you're gonna have to talk about this one.
Yeah, because I mean, it was all right. It was what it is because we're gonna always try to. I don't know if did you see the Thunder Rosa and DMD Lights Out match where they were leaking? You didn't see that?
Nah, I tell you, man,
That's
AW,
about
I'm
the
kind of
wrestling
behind. The...
First of all, behind that was like 4 years ago. Let's just say the Lights Out match
2 weeks ago or something like that.
Hell nah.
Okay, no, hell yeah.
Back
yeah.
in the days, well, I get back in the days now, but like
That's the one where DMD's famous shirt, right?
Yeah,
was
yeah.
from.
And then she goes in the back and she's like, "What did Dave rate my match?" That was the worst thing for wrestling. when you're worried about a fucking guy that never wrestled.
Trying to get a Dave Meltzer pop.
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like who gives a fuck what we think? You know what I mean? We're not wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? But it's like Dave Meltzer. I remember I had that shirt that said "Fuck Dave Meltzer."
Here's yeah. Okay, I'm gonna sound like a dick or an asshole right now, right? But Dave Meltzer is.
One of his Meltzer.
What is it?
Dave Meltzer.
What?
Meltzer.
Meltzer? Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer, like he's been in the game forever. He wrote about wrestling and talked about wrestling for decades.
Vince McMahon was gonna beat his ass.
You know who else talked about wrestling for decades?
Who?
Me. I'm just gonna have a publication.
Nigga, he's for like 45 years. Before we're even alive, it was.
I'll get there. Don't worry. I ain't gonna stop anytime soon.
But like, yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like the match between it was more forced on us. The Sky Blue and the Willow and the tag team match. It was good for what it was. We fuck with Sky Blue, so we gotta support her. Shout out Sky Blue.
Put up a picture of Meltzer. Put it with that 80s mohawk when he was
Yo,
on that Donahue show.
I don't even know who Donahue was, but it was some. I don't even barely know. The only reason I know is because he was on there and he was talking shit to Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon was getting mad. In those days, Vince McMahon was big, wearing those big ass suits and shit.
I think Vince learned, he didn't go on any more talk shows after that.
He think he went on a couple of more though.
Well, afterwards, when he fucking big as fuck, him and Bob Costas and fucking.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Remember he got all up in his face.
Yo, he was gonna beat his ass. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's see. So what do you think? Do you think Cody Rhodes, So you think that Cody Rhodes championship run's gonna be back? Hey, but tell me, man. Listen. Do you think that Cody Rhodes championship run's gonna be like terrible? It's gonna live up to the hype, or is just gonna be? What if he changed the belt to the wing belt?
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That's it. That's my response. Next question.
I feel like it's not gonna live up to the hype.
No, I don't know.
We're gonna have to enjoy it.
If wrestling fans act like the way that I pretty much know how wrestling fans will act, it's gonna be a great moment. Finally, he did it, champion of the world. They're gonna love him for maybe a pay-per-view or two.
I say like 3 months,
and then
he got to turn heel.
3 or 4, it's gonna start to wind down a little bit. I don't know why WWE has this thing now where when you win the belt, you have to have like a fucking year-long reign every time.
I know.
But I feel like, eventually the fans are going to get tired. They're going to turn their back. He's going to become a bad guy. Yeah, we've seen it play out before. We asked the question, what happens after the story is complete? I mean,
we've seen him play. We've seen that story played out before, but who cares? We haven't seen Cody play out that story before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Cody Rhodes going to have a good... If Roman Reigns could have a good, 3 years, 4 years with the belt?
Yeah, but do you see that fact when they put out, it's been 3-4 years, but he's only had like fucking 50 matches or something like that?
So if Cody Rhodes could have one good year and have a bunch of great matches for the belt and win all of them and hold it for that year? Or would you like to have him and Roman Reigns exchange the belts for the summer?
What does that mean?
You know what I mean? Like, okay, Cody wins it now. This guy wins it at SummerSlam. And then Cody wins it back at Thanksgiving. And then Cody from there goes on a run with the belt for a year. You know what I mean? Like back in the days, they wouldn't just be like, okay, I won the belt and I'm the champion. Sometimes they will give, like, you remember the Intercontinental belt, how it was switching back and forth from Razor, Shawn, Razor. You know
Diesel.
what I'm saying? Yup, Diesel jumped in there. and I'm surprised that Razor never went at it with Shawn or Diesel for the world title. How did Razor Ramon never become a world champion?
He's always top of the list of those should have been world champions. Yeah, you're right. Especially in that era, that 94 era.
Who else were you going to put it on?
Fucking Mabel. Fucking.
He was champion.
Bob Backlund.
Oh, yeah. This guy beat him in
They brought Bob Backlund.
Forgot about that.
Number 2 fade. No 10. No knee pads.
He just came in, got powerbombed, and it was over with.
Chicken, no, but when he was champion though, he did that chicken wing and shit. Started screaming.
I mean, he was actual champion, like on pay-per-views.
Bro, he won the world title from Bret Hart in like '94. He was a champion. He had it for like a half a year.
Get out of here! No way! No way!
Thinking of what paper? It was like a King of the Ring where he won.
He beat him.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Bob Backlund. I
remember him.
I'll put money on it.
I remember him giving Bret Hart the chicken wing.
Remember how you just said Diesel powerbombed him in 4 seconds and beat him?
But that was at a
it was at a house show.
Yeah.
But he was still the champion.
That's what I'm saying. But for 6 months, no way.
What
were they thinking in '94? You got taking out Bret Hart and
bro, they were declining, bro. WCW started winning.
Because of moves like that. Why the fuck would you put it on him for?
Think about that whole roster. Fucking Mabel, like I said, he was their heel.
I feel like they had great superstars, but they just did not have good writers. What do you think about that?
Who was there besides Bret and Shawn?
Razor,
great
Diesel, even though the Undertaker, you know what I'm saying? Mankind was there already.
I love jokes and I love storytelling. Mike takes that idea.
Do you remember when they would have those Mexican wrestlers like in your house? They have Maximundo or Mini Max or something like that. You remember they had those little
Max Mini?
Yeah, Max Mini and a bunch of other motherfuckers.
Yep.
Hey, they were good matches.
They had like little Vader and like little Undertaker.
Hey, but they were good matches though, man. I enjoyed that. I remember watching that. But they were trying to push Max Mini for some reason, and he was like a little doll. I was like, bro, how is he?
If you ever listen to like Bruce Pritchard's, this is the Chicago one.
That's what he told me, right? The only other one they had it.
Well, I didn't go to this one. Like I said, I wasn't watching it during this period, but I was at the one at WrestleMania 13.
You're from Chicago?
That's why I just found that out right now.
We both found out together from this day old, baby. Oh, look at Rob Van Dam. This is a good WrestleMania right here. You got my boy Rob Van Dam.
You see how they decked out the arena as best they could?
Yeah.
They try to make it WrestleMania, but it's the Rosemont, so it's like they can only do so much with it.
They can do a lot now, though. All right, let's see. I forgot what you were looking for, Bob Backlund.
I'm looking for Bob Backlund's championship reign.
All right, now let's see that 6-man tag team ladder match that they're going to have for the titles. Who thinks mystery opponent?
On November 23rd, 1994, at the Survivor Series, Backlund faced Bret Hart in a special submission match for the championship. And that's where Backlund began displaying a white towel. Oh, remember Owen made Bret's mom throwing the towel. He was in the chicken wing. And
that started their feud.
Yeah.
That's why they did it.
But he was still the champ for like a couple pay-per-views.
Yeah, not 6 months, though.
A couple pay-per-views back then was like 6. They only did like 4
in your house
and
back
a couple
then already,
in your houses, you know?
All right, so let's see. That 6-man tag team ladder match. Who do you think is going to be?
How many teams have been announced?
I think it might be 2. I think there's only 2 that are vacant. I think the Dudley Boys.
The last time I looked, there was like 1 team announced. It was like all 5 mystery teams.
I know it's Damian Priest and Finn Balor because they're the champions.
What?
The free man, man, shout out to anybody that has not watched the what is it called? Dark Side of the Ring, but the Freebird, Bam Bam Gordy one. That was a pretty good one. I felt like it was super fast, but it was a whole hour, right? It just flew by. It got to be an hour.
Yeah, look at this fucking one that I pulled up.
What is it?
From the 11th, still had 6 mystery teams for the championship.
So, well, who do you think? You think there's a chance that the Dudley Boys or the Hardys show up? Well, it's not because Jeff's still signed with AEW. But you think Matt Hardy shows up with a partner?
They shouldn't do that. If it's not all of them, then they shouldn't do that. Here we go. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, obviously. DIY, The New Day, Miz and Truth, and 2 teams to be determined. Dudley Boys, yes. I feel like they're going to be in a little match where we're at Friday.
We're going to see them Friday.
It's going to be their little warm-up.
Maybe, right?
Little run-through.
Well, he looked pretty bad getting up the other day. We see him. They gave a 3D to some dude on Jericho's cruise, and he couldn't even get up. Poor D-Man. I hope he's all right. But he had what? That was like a month ago, so he got about like a month.
And then it's like, why aren't you like if it's just some normal team from nowadays? Why wouldn't you just announce them? Yeah, it's gotta be somebody.
All right, so we think the Dudley Boys.
Well, it would have been dope. WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia. You had 3 spots open: the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardys.
Ooh, damn, that would have been dope. I kind of feel like Tony or the AEW will let the wrestlers do it if they ask. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think Tony Khan, I think that feels like those are his guys, and he doesn't want to give them make more money off of his guys.
Well, what if he's like, we're all gonna get paid? First of all, remember, Vince McMahon the owner.
He'll do it if you're like, okay, let me have Roman walk out on Dynamite.
Nah, they'll be like, all right, we're not gonna give you Roman, but we'll give you Punk back for one night.
Cody.
Yo, you see, with the belt, we're gonna give you Cody with the belt. All right, let's go to the next one, boys.
Hold on, while we're over here.
Oh.
Io Sky versus Bayley. Who do you think?
I could care less. Sorry, I hope Bayley.
Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't know what it is about Becky Lynch, but she looks a lot younger than she did back then. I don't know if you look at her, but I look at her
not closely. Yeah.
Maybe because like she's real fit and she looks a whole lot better. But back then, when she was coming out with that stupid hat, maybe she's coming with the hat and be like, I don't know who she was trying to be. You don't remember her first the beginning? Not a real wrestler fan. I told you.
I'm a real smoker. That's why.
So I'm saying she used to come out with a hat. She looked older. Now she looks fit. I like her. I like her because of the red hair. You know
she's always had.
Yeah, no, but maybe that's why I like her. You know, Rhea Ripley looks crazy. You know what I'm saying?
She's big in real life too. Like, no, that like.
Let me tell you something.
Like
she's barely bigger than who we just talking about right now? That's
Becky Lynch?
Girl. Yeah, she wasn't even that much taller than her. Dom is a short guy, and he's the same height as her. So she's probably the same height as...
when you see her back, though, it's like fucking huge.
Huge for a woman, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, what is 1950 Coleman?
Have you seen that girl that does cosplay that looks like China?
Yeah,
bro,
she's real good.
That girl's humongous, dog. It looks like she's a full bodybuilder.
But now she looks real
like
good.
China. See, she took a picture with X-Pac, and I'm like, X-Pac, don't do it, dog.
He was all smiling and giddy. He's probably flashing back, bro.
Like, I'm taking you home.
How do you think those meetups, those smoke sessions were when X-Pac and Triple H got together?
Oh my god, talking about that shit. Well, Triple H don't do drugs supposedly, you know. But I'm pretty sure him and Scott Hall and Shawn Michaels smoking a joint, just talking about it. Like, yeah, I was doing this, but her China's crazy. Huh? She made me do it, brother. She made me.
All right, hold on. Gunther versus Sami Zayn. I see.
Gunther versus Sami Zayn. Gunther's gonna beat his ass.
I don't see anybody beating Gunther in a while.
The only one
Gunther may be that first time in a long time that he could be the Intercontinental Champion and fight for the World Championship and maybe get both.
Yeah. But I think Gunther, you know who's coming for him? Because they reinstated him already. Not reinstated him, but put him back on the roster.
Sheamus.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, and I saw a picture of they had him on the Wrestlemania trucks.
Well, what I was telling you was like, what if he beats the shit out of Sami Zayn real quick, just beats his ass? I'm pretty sure, like 3-4 months ago, maybe 6 months ago now, when Sami Zayn was hot, they probably would have put him over. You know what I'm saying? But since he's not hot anymore, they're not going to put him over.
They could do that again. I know they want to make it where they sell fucking 60,000 tickets, but that looks all right for the Allstate Arena. Looks
beautiful. It actually looks bigger.
It looks way bigger than what
But look though, like I even forgot what we're talking about.
Gunther, Brock Lesnar coming on.
Gunther's gonna beat the hell out of this guy real quick, and then what you're gonna hear? That Brock Lesnar, I don't even know what the hell that shit is, but something guitar, right?
It's gotta be a riff, yeah.
And then he comes out and then just beats the shit out of Gunther real quick, and then they'll not have a match there, but I don't know what to do.
So, then Brock Lesnar beats him for the IC title.
If he goes for the title, but I think he's gonna come in. Brock's not about titles, but I think he's gonna take the title off of him.
He comes out and Gunther beats him still.
That's when you know Brock's gone now. He's like, fucking, let me do this little job. I'm going, my boy Vince. Vinny Mac's waiting for me in the car.
With Trump.
You think Vince
and John Laurinaitis and Mrs. Gant.
Are you telling me right now that Vince McMahon's not going to be in that building?
Yes.
Dude, nuts.
They had to keep TKO.
He could be in that building, but not be a part of the whatever.
Buys a ticket or what?
Yeah,
go on StubHub and
my boy got a booth up there, a whole wing for himself. You know what I'm saying? Chris Masters
comes in that like black mustache and fucking look at like
Vicente Fernandez. Like what?
You gotta put a side by side of that Vincent versus the big old hat he's gonna come in too. All
right. Look, you still doing more?
Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. I kind of feel like Randy Orton's going to come out of that. But if anything, they put it on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens needs it.
I see that. Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins.
Drew's getting that belt. Seth Rollins going to probably be gone for a little bit. It all depends on what's going on with this Cody Rhodes story.
And then Punk comes back and fights Drew, beats that belt.
And then who's going to show up? Your fucking boy, Seth Rollins.
Like I say, MJF.
Fuck MJF. And I don't like MJF. This guy likes MJF. When his song used to come out, he used to go all crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
He tried to stop himself because I was looking at him.
Alright, but that's you with Adam Cole, though. You love Adam Cole.
Oh, my God.
He would raise his hands up in the air.
No lie, though. You knew how mad I was when he came out. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, go next one.
LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I hope, like, my heart wants AJ Styles to win because he's still doing phenomenal in the ring. He looks great. He's jacked. He's ready for another world title run.
He's another one of those wrestlers that can go to AEW for a little exchange.
And I think that if AJ Styles were to go to the AEW, that would be a great fucking win. Because his contract is up, I think, in like a year. I'm not sure yet. That's what I've heard. You know, everybody could be lying. But if he were to go to AEW, boom, instant boost.
Omega, Ospreay.
Well, Omega, I don't know what's going on. He got that, I forgot what it was called. Where he said that he's still trying to work with medicine instead of having the surgery, which they've told him, hey, have the surgery.
So he's not even close.
No, probably another year, maybe, you know. So
Jay versus Jimmy Uso.
Oh, Jay's gonna win.
Jay, the bad one.
Yeah, Jimmy's Jay's the.
Oh yeah, main event Jay Uso.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Jimmy's a bum. I like Jimmy though, but he just looks out of shape. You know what I'm saying?
He's just happy to be there.
You know? Jay's actually in shape. He's got his own yeet, whatever the hell that shit is. Shout out to him because he was at a Blackhawks game.
That's getting old quick.
Maybe for us, but all the young kids love it.
Yeah. So then they got the two main events First off, the tag team match: Rock, Roman, Cody, Seth. Who's winning that one?
Cody and Seth, or like I said, Seth walks out on Cody. They beat the hell out of Cody. Austin comes out, beats the shit out of everybody, saves the day. Maybe they have a match later the next day, or maybe next year, or that plants the seed.
So we kind of talked about it already. Main event: Cody, Roman. What's happening?
Cody's winning.
Cody's winning.
Yeah.
Is the end of Roman's reign?
Yeah, it's over with. It's time for Roman Reigns. I think he wanted to quit or whatever the hell he wanted to do. I don't know what he wanted to do. But it would be dope if he stood around and they kept this going on. You know what I'm saying?
And it's kind of like you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube now. Like, how you going to tell a guy that he can only work fucking 40 shows a year and then now expect him to work a full fucking schedule? So, you might be right. Maybe on this end run of his career.
Because right now he's in the peak. And he I don't know, to me, I don't know if any of these photos have been photoshopped between showing him in the beginning of the ring and now him at the end of the ring. Maybe he's
all the gray hair and shit.
No, not even about the gray hair. But his face in general, it just looks skinnier, looks smaller. You know, maybe he's still a big motherfucker though. You know what I'm saying? But you can kind of see the wear and tear. Really, I don't know from what. Maybe he's having because he had leukemia before or whatever. You know, I'm pretty sure it's not because of the wrestling all night and wrestling every night, because he's not wrestling every night. He's wrestling every other night. You know. What are you looking for? That's what the fuck I want to know.
You ever see this version of the Rock? They call him the Crack Rock.
Yeah, I seen that one. That's terrible. No, but I mean, he's a normal sized motherfucker. What are you still being big as hell? Look at them, like he's trying to hold on to his hair for the last little bit. What was that? Was that the? What was that? Was that the Snitch days? Remember he made that? You never seen Snitch?
No.
You never seen Snitch? Are you serious?
Is he walking tall?
Nah, he made it during that era. His son gets involved with these drug dealers, so then he drives a truck and he got to drive a truck full of drugs somewhere, and then he gets caught and then he snitches on them. It's a crazy ass thing, dog.
You know, I was going through my memories the other day and I saw that the attachments in that group messenger, and I came across that Wolf video, that Wolf movie. You gotta tell people about that shit.
I forgot what it was called, man. I'm gonna look it up again. It's definitely with Halloween Town. You ever watch Halloween Town? You never watched? Where the fuck have
you always say that, dude. I didn't watch that shit.
Hey, anybody out there listen to Halloween Town watch Halloween Town, put it in the comments, because this guy never seen Halloween Town. How can you be not even a Nickelodeon? I think it was on not Nickelodeon. It was on what is it called?
Disney Channel?
Disney Channel. Well, anyways, that girl that's in the original, if you look up the girl that was in the original Halloween Town, she's in the movie with like a werewolf. And then that crazy ass werewolf like bangs one of the girls in the cabin as a werewolf and tells her boyfriend it was great. And it was
He's
crazy.
Like watching her get banged. And...
He goes, she was a virgin. And the werewolf goes, she's not anymore. I was like, what the hell is this werewolf talking about?
And the wolf looks crazy. That's a pretty good makeup.
It looks good wolf, right? I told you. Hey, you got a paper?
A paper?
Yeah, just a paper. Cause I got a little hole right here. I got to cover it. All right. Well, now to the next one. I was telling you about PCO and that dude Kong, the guy that used to be with Ascension. They're having like these hardcore matches.
Shout out our boy Rick Martel. You gotta put that photo up.
Ooh, Rick Martel. I don't know where he got the Hall of Fame ring. Is he a Hall of Famer? I'm not sure.
No, because I don't remember his speech.
He goes, I don't remember his speech.
You would have remembered that.
He's like this.
French ass. I think he's just like holding it up like, please.
Give it to him. He needs it, man. How much you think they get? I heard it was like $3,000, and then they get all expenses paid.
I think they get some sort of like Legends contract too.
So it's like they get credits so like, they get in the video game and shit like that.
Every year you get a little. What's it called? Like when your face and image gets used and shit. Yeah. You get a little bit. Like they hook you. They pay you. You know.
Maybe they get $10-20 grand a year.
for doing nothing, right? That's not bad.
Yeah, shit, man.
Plus all your signings if you're on it like that.
Oh shit! If you're that was kind of crap right now. Hey,
someone bit you.
Hey, but think about this: like, if they're on the video game, they can always put like posters on the video game that they're on. Like, if they're like a has-been or whatever the hell, that shit could give them more money. Anywhere, they could ask for more money, you know. And what does it hurt WWE? They're getting paid anyways. They're giving them their little percent. Like, I'm pretty sure Scott Hall and them still get paid for the NWO shirts they sell.
Scott Hall's dead, so
For his fam. Damn. R.I.P. Scott Hall, man. Razor Ramon. But yeah, I'm pretty sure his family's getting checks, you know. So, like I said, you gotta watch. If you guys are not out there, my boy PCO, we've talked about him before. Got a crazy ass hardcore feud going on in what is it, TNA now? TNA Total Nonstop Action. I was gonna ask you about Dolph Ziggler doing work in TNA, about to get a title shot against Moose. You know what I'm saying?
that's good for TNA. I mean, I never.
What more? You know what I mean? We're gonna go to the show when it's here, though.
Is it coming back? Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. Right on the new management now. My boy Scott Demore, you know. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to tell you, we already talked about it earlier. Well, not the last thing, but you gotta watch that Bam Bam Gordon. I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet, bro.
No, I gotta catch up. I watched the first couple of shows. I think the first one was. I know the second one was Earthquake. I know there was one before that.
The first one was somebody. I forgot who it was.
Dark Side of the Ring.
Earthquake was a good one though. John Tenta, he took care of his family. That's some shit you gotta show respect. And then he started driving trucks.
The first one was Earthquake. The second one was Buff Bagwell.
Oh, Buff Bagwell.
I saw those two.
Yeah, Buff Bagwell. I don't even know why he has one. You know what I'm saying? You think he was a big enough star to have one? Are they like?
I don't think you necessarily have to be a big star, but are they digging him as a wrestler? You know, it's not really like his story.
For his time was like 4 years,
and his downfall. Well, I guess it's about the dark side, and you know he did kind of fuck it.
But you think they're in the bottom of the bin with that one? Like,
I think they were pulling.
They're like, let me. Feel
I think last year they were reaching, and that
Bam Bam Gordy one was a good one. You know what I mean?
And they got Brutus Barber coming up. And then after that's gonna be the Harley Race one.
Ooh, I heard he was super racist.
Who wasn't back then?
But he was like, he would pull guns out, and he drove with a gun. They said he pulled a gun out on one of the wrestlers in the ring. He was, remember him? Even if you guys watched the Iron Claw, he was a cocksucker there too. He slammed my boy right on the concrete without even telling him. He goes, "I couldn't get up, Dad." What's that guy from say? I mean, I couldn't literally move. He goes, "That's what you gotta do, son."
That's how they test you.
They're testing you. He's like, "You're bleeding internally. Just get up and get in the ring." Like, come on, that dude was an ass.
You gotta get up.
I ain't called my ass. But yeah. So, I mean, pretty much covered everything from right now, right? You want to do?
I think was our next show gonna be in Philly?
Oh, my boy got a brand new belt. I forgot to mention that shit.
You got a picture, right? You're gonna put it up.
Brand new. I'm gonna put a picture of both of them side by side so you can see the difference. He gave me a hand-me-down one they found in the streets, and then it looks pretty dope though. But his man, that motherfucker is like heavy as hell. It looks copper. Do you think that could be copper?
No, I think it's like the kind of the color of the gold plate.
Because it looks super nice. I'm gonna show a picture side by side.
So this they're made by Great Custom Belts. M. Assad Ali.
Shout out.
This is
Ali.
my third belt from him. I got the original Winged Eagle and the original Intercontinental Championship. Both of them.
Good price, not no fucking $800. You know?
Hell no, yeah. I forgot about those belts they were selling at AEW. Fucking $800.
I wonder how much the belts on WWE. $500.
WWE I think is a little cheaper, but of course, I swear, they look terrible from WWE shop. But yeah, no, shout out. Fucking does great work. Takes a little long, but it's worth it. Coming from Pakistan.
So remember, if you guys need a belt just a replica belt, a custom belt for whatever the hell you want a custom belt for. Shout out to who?
Great custom belts and made by M. Asad Ali.
I'll try to leave the link in the comments below, so you guys can go down there and check them out. Just say Wrestling with Weed, the podcast sent you, and maybe you'll get a little discount. You never know. But
oh yeah, so is our next show if we're gonna be from Philly?
I think we're gonna have to do one next week.
One more
before we leave. So we'll probably try to do it that Thursday night before we leave. And then
you and your Thursdays. Nah, I don't care.
Damn! You might not go bowling Thursday.
Nah, my vacation start. My last day of work is Wednesday, so I don't even work Thursday. Yeah, but I mean, I ain't gotta work after that, so I ain't gotta go to bed, man.
Oh my God, go to bed! Stop it, dog. But yeah, I guess, and then we gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Because we got to be by Donnie's by 5, I think. So we got to be up at 4.
How were we getting? But we can talk about this.
Yeah, Shout out to Donsky. Don
Trey going to WrestleMania with us.
Ooh, boy.
He's also going to see the ECW. We're also going to see the original ECW arena with a tribute to Hardcore, all the ECW legends.
Block Party.
Fucking... bars, wrestling bars, wrestling stores.
We might see if we could get into WWE World.
I'm not opposed to it, but I think
Donnie's probably not gonna want to spend that 60 piece to get in there, but I'll spend it. You know what I mean? Just to experience it. I want to see what Donnie might do it. You never know, because I remember
drunk enough. Fuck it,
he's like, "Fuck it, let's go, guys." I said, "Donnie,
just keep him rolled.
Just swipe, throw the bag on the table, blow up them blunts." But yeah, see how WWE World is? Everything's sold out. Like all this autographs.
It's gonna be a great time, man. WrestleMania, just a fucking trip out of fucking time, just a fucking little break from the monotony. Gonna be part of the biggest WrestleMania ever. It's gonna be fucking dope.
Ooh, we're gonna see. So, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody we mentioned on the podcast. Remember, we are Wrestling with Weed. The podcast is gonna be and is to us right now the best wrestling podcast in the world. We talk about fun shit. You spark up your blunts, spark up whatever you're smoking. Let's go. There's a smoke along.
We know you guys like those smoke alongs.
Oh yeah, that smoke along was our most viewed video. So we're gonna try to get y'all more of those. We'll probably send one out maybe this week too, and then try to do another podcast next Thursday before we go to WrestleMania. I'm gonna do a video vlog. Show you guys what we're experiencing at WrestleMania, who we meet. If we meet anybody, we're going to ask people questions. We're going to see what's going on. We're going to have a great time out there.
I think that should be our goal. We should have at least one notable person, at least some kind of name, even if it's a dingy, scrungy person.
Cash flow, baby.
Somebody as slow, as good as cash flow.
Slow?
No. He didn't mean that. As good as cash flow. Well, we're going to get somebody to hop on this fucking podcast.
Yes, sir.
Announce it. Just shout out something.
Whatever it is, We're going to try to get it going, though. So we gone, baby. Next episode probably going to be our smoke along. So be on the lookout for that. And anything else? No? I got one question. If anybody can answer it in the comments, they get a free brand new with new coloring Wrestling with Weed, the t-shirt. You know what? I'm going to give them a hoodie. Ooh. So whoever can answer this question, who is from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico? So if you know who is from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Now here's a little, weren't there more than one person?
Nope.
There's just one?
One guy.
There's one guy from Truth or Consequences.
Truth and Consequences, New Mexico. If you know who is from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, put it in the comments. Boom, I'll message you. We'll figure out a way to get you this hoodie for free. Just answer it. Who is from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico? All right, guys. So me and Broski, Luciano, we gone, See you next time, baby.
We are.
Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.